You'll see me look down occasionally because obviously I've got some notes down here on my screen. Firstly, I'd like to give you our income disclaimer. Any income or earnings statements are provided for the illustration purposes only and do not constitute a guarantee of promise or actual income results. Individual outcomes may vary based on a variation of factors, including but not limited to effort, skill, market conditions, and business strategies. Past performances do not indicate future results. Now, I'm sure you may have seen various videos on here where they say, I'm going to give you the secrets to success in MLM and network marketing. And they don't tell you. It's still a secret. I don't understand that at all. Well, I'm going to and give you the truth about network marketing and MLM, multi-level marketing, because 97% of people fail. It's a fact. And how do I know that? Because I've been involved in this industry for 45 years now, and I've watched many people fail, including myself on occasions. So who's at fault? People always like to blame. Is it the company? Are they greedy? Is it the product range? Are they too expensive? Is it the income plan? Is it hard? Is it a hard plan? Is there no scalability available? Or is it the person that you joined? Are they just not helpful? There's various factors and reasons that people always come up with to say that it's not working for them. But because of the creation of the double income household, it's now gone from being an option to an obligation. You need two salaries in a house to pay the mortgage, to cover that rent, to give you any standard of quality of life. Doing it on your own is near on impossible, and many of us have found that out for most people. If you lose your job, you are now likely to take anything up to 3 months before you lose your home. So losing your job, people, you hear it all the time on the news. Only the other week there was Amazon, the big home shopping online business. It laid off 900 people. And I was watching the news, and there were people that were really distraught because they don't know how they're going to pay their mortgage or rent anymore. So that day was shocking enough. But the reality is, it takes an average of 3 months before they lose their house. So they have to act quickly. And getting a part-time job isn't going to cut it. It isn't going to solve that problem. So most people look to network marketing because it's always been an easy way, an easy option, because it fits around your lifestyle, doesn't it? Okay, but still, there's a 97% failure rate. So why do people still keep looking at MLM and network marketing? Well, because we're hardwired to help people. That's a fact. It's in our nature. It's in our DNA. I was once told that I wanted other people's success more than they did, and I understood that. It didn't matter how much I helped them. They just weren't willing to follow direction. Now, when a Coast Guard is sent out to save people from a shipwreck, do you know who they are taught to save? The people who are swimming towards them. Yep, the people who are swimming towards them. So you can only help people who want to be helped, those swimming towards you. Here's the problem. This is what they don't tell you on some of these videos. The failure rate is so high at 97%. Why? Because people need lots of people. And they avoid that. Little simple oversight. You need lots and lots of people to be really successful in network marketing. You can make a few extra hundred, and it's not difficult, but just by doing that, it's going to be really hard to replace the job income with the current network model as it is. It needs some changes. Now, the average person, as we well know, can't recruit, doesn't want to sell, doesn't want to build a team. But they know that some people have made a great success out of it. So if you couldn't fail, would you take a look? And the company, the business, the organisation, the community that I want to speak to you today about is called the Shining Stars Pay It Forward Community. We do things totally different there, and if you enroll and come on board with our community, you are not going to fail. Now that sounds like a bold statement, doesn't it? And it is. Well, one lady back in November created the Shining Stars Pay It Forward Community. She worked in association with a French-Canadian company called Des Alpes. Now, Des Alpes has a system, and it's a very good system. But this lady wanted to leverage and accelerate the income plan within Des Alpes' pay plan. And she created something quite extraordinary on a level playing field. So it's not just the superstars. We don't want superstars actually in our business. We want shining stars, people who are helpful, care, and want to see their fellow friends succeed. Well, it's on a level playing field, and it's totally changing the way network marketing works. And that's a fact. We've just seen this since November. Now, that again is a very bold statement, isn't it? But wait until you hear some of our results. This is actually very, very unique. I have some questions for you. For those of you that are in the network marketing industry, you're out there at the moment and you're saying, you know, is this guy telling us the truth? You know, is he revealing the secret? So here's some questions for you. Do you really believe that you are going to be successful in your network marketing company over the next 2 years in your current company? Is it actually going to work for you, not just for the few that got in early? You always hear that. Is it going to work for you? And do you have 100 people within your business at this current moment in time who are active? Not just 100 people doing nothing. Do you have 100 people who are active? Okay. When I ask that question to networkers, I know the answer, and it's always a no. And do you have anyone in your business who is earning £10,000 a month in your business? Not just in the company, not some story that you see online, in your business. If you do, you should be making 10,000 or more yourself. Final question on that, are you? If you're not, you really need to look at this. Some current network marketing companies out there require you to have at least 1,000 to 2,000 people in your business, and I'm really focused on you here, in order for you to earn $2,000 a month. Do you think that's fair? I think that's an awful lot of people, and I can't see that as a fair level playing field. Can you see yourself getting those 1,000 people in the next 1 to 2 years? Not just 10, 20, 30, 100, 1,000. Can you really see that? The silly thing is, we try and encourage our friends to come and join the things that we do, doing the things that they don't want to do. Okay? They don't want to recruit. They don't want to sell. They don't want to build teams. And yet we say, I've just seen something really good. You need to come and take a look at it. Yeah, but the barriers go up, don't they? I see out there at the moment, there's not a great deal out there at the moment if you look online. Not really. I see nutritional companies. I see AI bots. I see crypto programs. And yet what I don't see is any of those members qualified at a $2,000 a month income. Why? Why? Because they need lots of people, that's why. That's what they're not telling you. They're not telling you that you can just get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people on board. You'll be fine. You'll see it grow fast. You need lots and lots of people. Is there any wonder that our families and our children say to us, not again? Their hands are in their head, not again. Mine do, I'm sure yours do. And it's no wonder, because the current model of MLM and network marketing hasn't changed for many years, 60 years in fact, and it's still working on the old model, and there's only 3% out of 100 that make it work. It's not big enough, is it? This is why the Shining Stars is so different. We're not building our business as a networking model. We are building it like a community where everyone shares the people that come in that community. that come and join us. We share them with good people who care about your success, not just their own, not what I call commission merchants. And you know who you are out there, still living on stories of 20, 30, 40 years ago. You know, those days have gone. We've got to look at a new way. If we're looking to really transform the home-based income market, we've got to find a new way of helping everyone that comes into our team, and I mean everyone, not just the first 5 or 10, everyone that comes into our teams to be successful. The best people that I've got are not placed under me in the Shining Stars. They are placed inside our Shining Stars community, which is really fair. They're placed under everyone's structure. I've never seen that before. There are people that have put together little team builds. They haven't really worked. But we fill our structure from top to bottom, left to right. Everyone is actually placed. No spillover. Nothing like that. What we've done is we've reversed everything, okay? No recruiting, no selling or team building. And if you haven't got any money, it's not a problem. Our community will pay it for you. Pay your entry into our business, and you will never be asked to repay that entry fee. We will never have our own links. That sounds quite strange, isn't it? Because when someone has an opportunity, they say, send me a link, Paul. We don't send out our own links. Why? Because we're not building our business under us. We're building our business under everyone. It's a much better system. So therefore, if you're looking at this and you know me, I won't be your sponsor. I will be your point of contact, what we call a POC. So we will always work together like we always have done. But your sponsor will be allocated to you through our community. You probably won't have any contact with your sponsor. It doesn't matter. But that sponsor will be given to people, probably you and somebody else. Everyone gets given to people, which is our company's qualification to allow them to pay us. Isn't that a fabulous system? So you don't have to recruit here. So the point of contact is the person that's going to help you. And I like that because we're building our business totally differently. It's nice to actually share this and invite friends to take a look at it, because we're not chasing a commission to get you in. It doesn't matter to us whether you come in or not. We would love you to come in, because this is so different. And it's such a shame, really, that our families aren't looking at what we're doing now. They haven't looked, and they still don't look. Why? Because they think we're doing the same old thing, making the same mistake we did before, because you've got to recruit, sell, build teams, and do it the old-fashioned way. And the only thing that's guaranteed is the 97% failure rate. But if only they looked at what we're doing now, they will see we're doing something completely different. So I'm asking you, don't make the mistake that our families are currently making, some of them, and not take a look at this seriously, because you'll see a massive difference. We as a community have grown this so fast just since November. Now, I didn't come in November, I joined in January. But as a community, we supply all the people that you need to become successful. So I've already outlined the problem to you. Problem with network marketing and MLM is it needs lots of people. You generally can't go and get lots of people. People have bought lists. They've done all kinds of things. Build your lists, buy a list, do everything like that. And they're blindly, hitting people with these things. They don't even know. There's no relationship there. And why should they possibly join you? On a chance you might make some money. It's a roll of the dice. What we're doing here is we supply all the people for you. And do you remember I said it can take 1,000 to 2,000 people for you to be really successful? Well, in fact, in our community, you only need 64 people in your business, which we help build for you to earn $10,000 a month. Just 64. While other networkers are looking to build, and there's a few out there, they know who they are, they're looking to build 1,000 to 2,000 people in order for you to make $2,000 a month. Just 2,000. So the results for us since November, just some of this for you there, it's been quite staggering. The creator of the Shining Stars Pay It Forward community. There's a lady called Shoba. She partnered with a dear old friend of mine that I've known for 30 years. Many of you know him. His name is Dennis Owens. Now, Dennis is 93, and he's a very young 93. And he has a wealth of business knowledge over many, many years and an unwavering desire to help people. It's just quite incredible. And he tried to show me this business for 2 months back in November, and I didn't want to take a look. Why? Because I was thinking just like you're thinking at the moment. It's going to be the same old thing. It's not going to be the same old thing. It hasn't been and it won't be in the future. In January, I joined and that partnership of Dennis and Shoba, and I brought with me a good friend called Coleman. Now, Coleman's a friend of many years, and Coleman is a great asset. He's actually created all the tools that we need in the Shining Stars community to make everybody successful, and everyone is using those tools. So we four complement each other because we've got many, many years in this industry, and our plan has 20 steps. So we're only a quarter of the way through the plan. Think about that. A lot of plans, you've got to get most of the way through the plan before you even get to 5,000 a month. Well, with the Shining Stars in association with Des Alps, their plan is absolutely phenomenal. So we've already got 32 people at that level, 10,000, step 5, and we get paid on a daily basis. Plus, Des Alps has 2 more income streams built into their compensation plan, and those other 2 pay monthly. So from a cash flow point of view, you're going to be very pleased in your future. Out of those 32 people that are at the 10,000 level, I have 10 of those actually in my team. 10. I only joined in January. Now, I've never had one person follow me into 6 figures in 45 years that I've been doing this. And these 10 have followed me and others into step 5 within 90 days. And that's still growing. So by the end of June, those 32 will grow to 64 people earning $10,000 a month, and by the end of July it will grow again to 128. So Shoba and Dennis, who started this new system back in November, they will have 128 people at the step 5 and more. Obviously I've gone past step 5, but they will have 128 at step 5, all making $10,000, 6 figures a year. I don't know of any other home business that's creating success like this. Do you? I don't. So, what if you couldn't fail? What if you couldn't fail? I'm unveiling some extraordinary things here. We are sharing our community and helping people to get started in a business that's fair, on a level playing field. Everyone is equal. Everyone has that chance to get wherever they want to get, because we are building that structure with them and for them, where everyone can succeed without any skills. Our motto in the Shining Stars is NFLB. Now, some of you might know a motto called NFL, and it says no friends left. You haven't got anyone you can speak to because they've lost and lost and lost and lost. So we thought we'd add a B to it, so it's NFLB, and that stands for no families left behind, because we don't want to leave anybody behind. Now, today is the 31st of May. Our community has 2,318 families around the world that we, the community, are paying it forward for. That's going to be a cost to our community of $312,930. It's a big figure. I'll say it again. That's going to be a cost to our community. We are paying for that as a community, $312,930, in order to help 2,318 families around the world to pay their bills, put food on the table, and to get peace of mind once again. So it really is people helping people, and I can promise you that kindness works. I haven't seen one person, one group, one company out there who is doing that. The other night, we had our weekly update Zoom. We have it on a Thursday every week, Shining Stars. And we had people from over a dozen countries. We have our Zoom, and we also do live streaming on YouTube as well. You may have watched it there. But we had people from over a dozen countries come on that at 7 p.m. at night, so it's different times. There was my friend David from Australia. It was... I don't know what time it was for him, but it wouldn't be a sociable time, but there he was, people from all over the world. And what we didn't know, without any warning whatsoever, we had our CEO from Des Alps, Daniel Delp. He actually came onto our Zoom, and it was an absolute privilege to have him show up. We absolutely didn't know he was coming. And a while ago, the four of us had a private Zoom call with Daniel, and we wanted to ask some questions. Obviously, if you're coming into a business, you need to ask questions, and we wanted to do it as an ongoing, permanent thing. So we wanted to know questions like the company's legality on a global scale. And he shared with us that based in Canada, their compliance is very, very tough. They can't get away with anything. They've got to be squeaky clean, they've got to do everything by the book, and it can take some time. They've done that, and the company is actually compliant in 162 countries around the world, so that was very good news. We also wanted to explain to Daniel what we were doing, because the Des Alps plan is a 2x20 matrix, which means you start with two people, you introduce two people yourself, they introduce two, and so on. And it sometimes works for many, and sometimes it gets to a certain level, and people stop. Why? Because they just stop. I don't know anybody else. It's only two people. Do you think that would be easy? But sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But we wanted to explain how and why we were doing it differently, that we've actually leveraged his payment plan. We're not looking to set our own payment plan. His payment plan's good. It pays 3 incomes. So there's a matrix, there's a uni-level, and there's a payment plan which we get from our massive shopping mall that we're going to be shopping in, which, all our members shop in that shopping mall. We get paid from everything our members buy. There's things on the market where you don't have that. You only get discounts. This isn't a discount club. This is something quite unique, quite special, very, very special. We have our own vendors, and that's going to make a huge difference. So when we started to explain to Daniel what we were doing and how we were doing it, and we weren't working it like a network marketing business, we were working it like a community. Think back. I'm a pensioner now, and back in the day, if you knew people around your area and something went wrong in your area, you might know the chap across the road. His name was Bill. We don't know much about Bill, but if there's something wrong, Bill would come across, and everyone would pull together, and the community would resolve the issues. And they always did. It was a community. That's what we've got here in the Shining Stars Pay It Forward community. It's absolutely brilliant, and there's nothing like that on the market. And when we showed Daniel this, he was absolutely taken back. And by that time, I think we only had about 1,200 people that we're paying it forward for. Now it's 2,318, and that's up till this morning. I'm sure it's grown this afternoon, because we have 2 ways that people can come into our business. They can come on list 1, which means they're self-funding, they're going to pay for themselves, and they come into the Shining Stars, they secure their position within our community, and we will then transition their position into Des Alps. That's how we do it. Or if they don't have the funds, there's a lot of people around the world in poorer countries than where we live in the UK. We're quite lucky here. We're not doing brilliantly by any stretch of the means, but we're better than most. Now, countries like Papua New Guinea, I've got a friend out there, David. He's actually brought in over 160 people himself into the Shining Stars community. And some people think it's difficult to bring into the normal networking way. And the reason they think that is because they can't see themselves being successful because of the failure rate. We've turned that completely around. We've got a 100% success rate. So when we showed that to Daniel, the CEO, he was absolutely blown away and said, that's quite remarkable. I'm going to keep looking at this. And he joined our private school information group. So we have we've set up systems to help people and to so they can get information and help. And Daniel often comes into our group. He's looking, he's watching what the other members are doing, and he's also commented to us, like others have, the content from the people and the leadership inside that school information community that we've set up is second to none. We've got people that have been in previous networks where they've had 300,000 in their teams. You can imagine what they're bringing on board to the community. We've got people that put in a daily post every single day, motivational posts to help everyone, and it really is that kind of community. So we were interested to see Daniel pop in there and to what's going on in school, but we didn't expect him to come on to our little Zoom, our weekly update. And when Shoba gave Daniel the figures last Thursday, we could see that he actually got quite emotional. It took him back, because we are the only group in the whole of the company, and there are over 138,000 members now in Desert Alps, but we are the only group in starting from the UK that's doing this community spirit, this community make sure that everyone gets an income here. And he was really taken back, and we could see that. So it was nice for him to come on board, but we were so thrilled that he's taken an interest in how we're building the community. He knows all about the Shining Stars. He knows who we are. He knows who some of our members are, because he's been watching them. And we are really proud of our community for what they're doing, extremely proud. And that recording you'll find once I've done this, you'll find that below in the description box when I edit it a bit later. And you're probably still wondering, okay, but how are you getting all these people to succeed? How are you doing it? I did say I'll tell you the secret sauce. I'll tell you the secret. It's not a secret to us. We tell people, okay, what we do is we 10x your business. You've seen this thing on internet before. If you can 10x your business, you're going to succeed. We 10x your business. The amount of people joining your business is going to be 10x'd. It's going to go 10 times what you normally experience. Okay, people still invite people into the Shining Stars, which is really good considering you don't have to recruit. You would think people will avoid it. They don't. Everybody that doesn't like to recruit and sell knows other people, friends, family that don't like to recruit and sell, and said, you'll love this. It's built for you. And they come in. And as I've said, we've got several people, not only my friend David in Papua New Guinea, he's brought in 160 people. We've got Ivan in America, and Ivan's a big player. Everyone knows Ivan, and people call him Ivan, but his name's Ivan. He's from Europe. And Ivan's brought in something similar, something like 160 plus. And it's attracting incredible people with incredible backgrounds, because they can see that they're not just joining another network marketing company that is just going to make money. We're going to make a difference. So it's incredible opportunity for people to look at. It's a community where you don't need to recruit, and yet we've got people bringing in people all the time. But in addition to that, after the community has helped you make money when you come in, because we help you make money first, each and every single person has agreed to pay it forward for 10 people each. All of us, me, Shoba, Dennis, Coleman, all the members we've got in our community at the moment, each and every one of those people are going to pay it forward for 10. Have you got a business at the moment, a networking business, where each and every one of your members is going to pay it for 10? Probably not. I would say no. Now, if I asked you, come on board, we've got a great business, can you get 10 people in the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks? You're going to go, no, Paul, I can't get 10. Why? Because everyone remembers the losses. But if I said to you, if we help you make money, and out of that profit, kindness, would you pay for 10 people? Yeah, but I can't think of 10 people. You don't need to. We have all the people you need, because we've got list ones coming on board who are paying for themselves, enrolling themselves, and we've got list twos coming on board, which are really the backbone to our business. List twos, they haven't got the money. Why would you possibly turn someone away because they haven't got the money? They want an opportunity. Give it to them. You're the one with the opportunity. You've not only got the gold, you've got the shovel. Give it to them. Help them. Someone in the community is going to pay it for them. And you remember we said we would never ask you for that income back, that money back. If we pay the $145 that we're going to pay to get you in this business, we'll never ask you for that money back. You go, why not? Surely I've got to pay that money back. No, you're just one of my 10. I'm going to be over at Coleman, we're actually going to pay it for 20 or more. But most people said, we're going to pay for 10, and that's your only commitment. So can you imagine your business now growing if you're not just looking for friends who might join and might not, but you know that people are being placed in the community, and your steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get to step 5, you're on a 6-figure annual income. And we've got 20 steps. You can imagine what's ahead of you. But when you're making that money, you're not worried about money anymore. You've got the time to help more and more people. And isn't that what we joined this business for, to help people? It's going to be quite staggering. People that can't introduce people are still able to pay for other people out of the income that they're now going to be earning. So let's talk about you. You enroll with our community. We help you earn money, and we will give you 5 people's links, and we will say, can you please pay it for those 5? Of course you can. The money's sitting there in your company wallet. You'll pay for those 5. You'll earn a bit more money, and then we'll say, can you please pay for the last 5? Yeah, absolutely. So the community and the company is growing all the time. Imagine what that's doing for Des Alps. They're not waiting for people to get 1 or 2, 3 people. The reality is in network marketing, people only get 2 or 3. They get 5. The average person doesn't do more than 5. But every single person in the Shining Stars community is going to pay it for 10. So everyone gets 10x. You can now see how this is becoming a movement. So it changes lives. It absolutely changes lives for families around the world. So they're going to pay it forward for 10. Those people, those 10 are going to pay it forward for 10, 100. And those 100 are going to pay it forward for 10, 1,000. Some of you may have 1,000 people in your business at the moment in network marketing. How many of those are active? How many? Not as many as you'd like, I'm sure, because we don't hear of people making 6-figure incomes. We just don't hear of it. It doesn't happen anywhere else except the Shining Stars. So, what if you couldn't fail? What if you couldn't fail? I'm sure this is becoming really clear for you. But a lot of people have said to us, don't tell people your secret. Don't tell them the secret formula. If you tell them the secret formula, they'll copy it. How can they? How can they? If you look at these companies that are out there at the moment, their commission structure is so poor, they couldn't afford to pay for 10 people. Especially like us, we're paying it for 145 times 10. But out of their structure, because they need so many people, they need 1,000 to 2,000 in order to make $2,000 a month. And in the UK, it's about £1,700. There's a lot of people making £1,700 or even less a month as a full-time job. So with $2,000 a month, £1,700, a lot of people could actually leave their job and have a better life. But we don't mind telling this secret because we know that Des Alps has such a good payment plan with 3 income streams. The first one, the Matrix, is paid daily. That's how we're doing it so fast. So the people we're bringing in who are pay it forward members, who haven't got any money, within a very short period of time, they find themselves paying it forward already for other people. They're out of the woods. They're out of trouble. Can you imagine how they're feeling? Absolutely elated. So those 3 incomes and the amazing plan that Des Alps has put together. But in addition to that, we've also get from day one a virtual MasterCard, debit card. So we can actually access our income and we can pay for fuel and groceries and everything else we want to do in life and your household bills. That's coming from your part-time business. Don't forget, this is still part-time. The people I'm talking about on 6 figures, a friend of mine, Andy B, those that know Andy know that Andy's been doing this since 1996. And he was on one of our updates a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I asked Andy live, Andy, be truthful. You've been doing this a long time. What's the average income that you've made in network marketing? And he said a few hundred. Andy B is one of my 10, okay? That's life-changing for him. He's never done that. He's still got a job at the moment, but that's life-changing for him. And he said, I've only brought in 3 people. He's only shared this with 3 people. And it's up to the individuals what you do, what you don't do. But the MasterCard, Andy loves the idea of the MasterCard, because we can pay everything with that, so from our part-time business. And we get 1.5% cash back monthly on that MasterCard. So it's quite encouraging. So I've got to ask you, why are you still looking at businesses with a failure rate of 97%, where you stand little and no chance of earning enough money to leave your job, the job you're doing 8, 10, 12 hours a day at, and if you don't get weekends off, you ask the question, what hours am I working this weekend? I don't work weekends. Weekends is beautiful to be at home, but a lot of people do work weekends and they don't like it. People in retail, people that, they have to do certain services like bus drivers and things like that. They have to work rotas, airline, cabin crew. It's all things like that. So, but, why are they still looking at our industry, network marketing, MLM, because they know it's easy to get into, but why are they still looking to join companies with a 97% failure rate when they could be looking at an alternative? We call it a quiet solution. You can have with us time and financial freedom by getting back to the person who showed you this video. Obviously, my members haven't seen this yet. They know I'm making one, but I just thought it's time that we told the truth about why the industry is lacking in people making a full-time income with it. It's because they haven't changed. They haven't changed the business model. Well, the Shining Stars Pay It Forward community has changed that business model. And when someone says one person can't change the world, I'm sorry, I disagree. We have this lovely lady, lives in Crawley in Sussex, and she's one person, and she created this system and refined it. And in a matter of weeks, she's created something that other companies haven't created in years. So get back to the person who's shown you this video and ask them to show you our 3 simple steps. We've created 3 simple steps that will take you from where you are to where you want to go. That's working for each and every single member inside the Shining Stars Pay It Forward community. I have a final question for you. Final question. Really, what do you want to be remembered for? What is it you would like to be remembered for? Is it just making money? Is it making a difference? Is it being in something you're proud of rather than something that you don't mention? It's a fact that the people in the Shining Stars, we won't be remembered for the money we've made, although it will be very substantial. We will be remembered for what we did with the money we've made. We just didn't pay our bills and get back into the swing of things. We wanted to make sure that the people that we know and care about don't have to keep sitting on the sidelines, watching people doing well when they can't. We wanted to make sure of that. So you can either join those companies that you see on Facebook and Instagram and here on YouTube and roll the dice and hope it's going to work for you. Or you can join the Shining Stars Pay It Forward community and win. So I would like to thank you so much for watching my live that I put on here today. It's my very first live, actually. It's the very first one I've done. So I know you've watched me look down and looking at my notes. But nothing has to be perfect. Nothing has to be that professional. It just has to work. And I can assure you that myself and my other 3 partners, we've made a huge commitment to each other and to our community, the Shining Stars community, that we're not going to leave you behind. We want every single one of you to go through step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, have that 6-figure income. You decide whether you want to walk away from that job that you tell us you hate, and you can have the life that you've always wanted to. You can travel, you can do all the things you want to, you can see your grandkids, you can do what you want when you want. Isn't that worth something striving for? So I thank you once again for watching this, and please subscribe and give me a like if you resonated with any of this, if this made sense to you. Okay, anyway, thank you very much, and I'm thrilled.